So you went to YouTube University to figure out how to kind of compose these shots and be a photographer and shit.
I would say mostly everything I've learned is from YouTube, because there's no one around me that I actually know. I have zero resources when it comes to people who actually are in the industry and that are cool, or that that even live out here, because I know most of it is, I would say, primarily done in New York and LA. Like, that's kind of where you want to be.
Well, the two big markets, right? Yeah.
But I've got nothing here, so I know, looking up YouTube, going to YouTube University is the next best thing. So of course that's what I did. But I also think it's just a matter of what you like, right? You're gonna make what you like. So of course I like the cliche Quentin Tarantino's and Spielberg and Martin Scorsese movies. Like, they're all my favorite. I just watched Casino, dude.
Same.
Casino is just a fucking masterpiece.
It's a fucking masterpiece for sure.
It's just shit like that, and then obviously trying to emulate those things within reason. I don't have fucking $1 million to just drop on one scene. So yeah, dude, we just try to emulate it as best we can, and just research, man. Getting like Skemes is honestly research. You have to have the patience.
I remember when I started shooting, just like from a director DP standpoint, there were certain things that I learned that I was like, yo, that gem right there is a game changer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
When you were learning, when you went to YouTube University,
sure,
what was one of those things that was like, this shit's going to bring my shit to the next level?
I would say frame rate, honestly.
Frame rate.
Yeah, dude, like, I didn't know. I know lighting is like probably the most important thing, but I did not know in the beginning that frame rate was even a thing. So I'm shooting all my videos and I'm renting, these lenses from Inglewood Camera, our local camera store, and I'm like trying to shoot these videos and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? Like, I feel like I have somewhat good lighting. It just looks like a soap opera. It looks like we're fucking doing a broadcast on, ESPN, and
you're
just
shooting
doing research.
30?
Yeah, I'm
you're shooting
60.
30 the whole time? You're shooting 60.
Bro. And I just didn't know. I had a Canon 80D. And I just didn't know. So I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And lo and behold, there's just a quick little switch you can, do, and I switched it to 24, and just that opened up everything. Because I knew lenses. Yeah, I know, like, the main things were like, you need good lenses, you need good lighting.
Right.
You need a decent sensor. And it's like, cool, but nobody ever really said you need to shoot in this specific frame rate, that cinema is shown in this specific frame rate. And then
the quote film look.
Yes, the film look,
which is 24 frames per second,
mm-hmm.
and then 180 shutter, which is 1/48 for the motion blur.
23.976 or whatever.
Right, and then all of a sudden you look at it and you're like, this looks different. Yeah. This looks cinematic now.
Yeah. It's a trip, because it's true. It's like, once you start learning just these little tiny things, it's like some of these directors say, like, you don't need to go to school. You don't need to know technical aspects. You don't need to know what the fuck this is called and what this is called. You just have to get these few little things right. And then I think from there, it just opens the door. And I do think, to an extent, you kind of have it or you don't. And I think that applies to most artistic mediums. Again, who's to say, what's great and what's not, and because a lot of shit, it changes hands all the time. So that one thing, though, the frame rate was the thing. Yeah.
Same. I had a similar situation. I mean, if you look back, there was my first probably 3 videos or 4 videos I shot in 30, and I was like, something's not right. Like, you could just fucking tell, bro.
Were those tone videos?
Bro, I was just gonna say, there were like the first
shout out Tony T.
Shout out fucking Tone, the man. The first 2 tone videos I shot, there were some shots that were 30 and some that were 23.976.
Mm-hmm.
But if you take a clip and you drop it into Premiere and it's 30, then your whole timeline is now 30 frames per second.
Yeah.
So then you'd export it at 30 frames per second. And you're like, what the fuck is going on with this? Like, why the fuck does it look like this?
Yeah.
So, yeah, dude, I made that same mistake, but I YouTube, the film look, the cinematic look, and I was able to change that up pretty quickly.